so glad you guys have joined me today on this gorgeous. It's actually really a beautiful day. It's sunny outside, even though the sun is still there. The snow is still there, and it's starting to melt away. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. All right, so I don't take too much of your time on this Saturday, and then that way we can get you guys up. We're actually on a Super Saturday event with our parent company, and so we're going to get back to this right after this presentation. But I'm glad you guys are joining me for this virtual lunch launch. I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, so that you guys are going to hear what I've been working on and supporting me in this process. I definitely love to get your feedback on this endeavor, especially as we close. Follow up with me, let me know your thoughts on it. So without further ado, I think I'm gonna go ahead, let's just jump right into it, okay? So let me tell you a little bit about the company. It's been in business for over 18 years, almost 20 years. We offer a wide variety of services, financial services. It's really more along the line of a financial literacy program, right? Which includes credit restoration, which is a part of it. It's about being debt-free and financially free, as well as breaking generational curses. So, y'all, let me see you work your Zooms, right? Type a 2 in the chat if you want to be debt-free and financially free. Let me see it, because it's 2022. So let me see those 2s.
And then
Yeah. All right. Well, while we're on the topic of 2s, we've had the same 2 key executives in the company since the inception of the company, which is simply amazing. These 2 same executives literally want to empower people. Why? Because we were not taught about financial literacy in school, right? I know I wasn't. If your parents aren't familiar, and if you aren't familiar, guess what? This will continue to go on generation and generation through generations, right? Now, this can gradually change over generations because, as opportunities change through generations, it will get better. It should, at least. That's what people say. But the thing is it doesn't have to be a gradual change through generations. Right? All it takes is people to be empowered and educated to become financially literate. So the question really is it going to stop with you, that generational curse? The fact is that Americans are drowning in credit card debt. This is a statistic of March of 2019, $1 trillion. So let me give you some perspective here, right? This is the same amount that the federal government spent on Social Security and Medicare in 2019. And that was before COVID. So you can only imagine what that figure and statistic is like now. Another statistic, 43 million Americans have a credit score of 599 or less. What can you do with a 599 credit score? I know some of you on the call are very familiar and work with a lot of people with credit and credit scores, but it's not really that much you can do. Right? You really want to have closer to a 700 credit score. But when you think about the 700 credit score, you would actually be surprised at how many people have a 700 credit score. What do you think that number is? 112 million Americans. Y'all, that's a third of the population, right? Who has a credit score over 700 in the US. A third of the population only. And that's a bunch of people that could use our service. So 2/3 of the population doesn't have a 700 credit score, so they could really use our service. 46% of baby boomers have less than 10,000 saved for retirement, and that's really sad, y'all. That makes me really sad, because that's a lot of people who weren't able to live financially free or debt free and get what they were looking for, that American dream. And I think about it like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing nowadays? It's 2022, right? The American dream can sometimes be misconstrued without literacy. And that can literally change the dynamic of our life, and it can change the dynamic of generations to come. 40% of millennials, you guys have probably seen this. I have maybe experienced it. 40% of millennials have spent money they didn't have keeping up with the Joneses, drowning in debt. And this is also a generational curse. frivolous spending, buying things that we don't really need, not budgeting. And so this movement is really about breaking that generational curse, building generational wealth, and learning the right way of managing your finances. So if you've ever suffered from poor credit, you probably have felt anxiety, embarrassment, frustration, fear. These are just some of the symptoms, sometimes often confused, not being able to purchase the home you want, not being able to buy the car that you want, all just because of your credit score. And nowadays, jobs are even looking at your credit score to see if they can trust you with their credit card. But I'm here to tell you, like, there's light on the other side of the tunnel, right? It's nothing to be ashamed of because it happens all the time to good people, right? Bad credit happens to good people. It's just the way that the system was made. So let's not talk about it. I think this has kind of happened through generations too, is not talking about finances, not being open about your credit score and things like that. But the thing is, let's normalize talking about it. Let's be vulnerable with it. Let's get out of that corner and be open with it, right? Because good credit makes things easier. It's the only way that we can get to where we want to be and get that good credit is talking about it. You can get new houses with good credit, new cars, low interest rates on those loans, higher limits on your credit cards. You don't have to put deposits down for certain contracts, utility bills, etc. There's so much more that good credit does for us. So now I've told you a little bit about what we do. Let's talk about how the credit score is calculated, just in case you weren't aware. But credit is super simple, and that's what we're going to keep telling you, is that it's super simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the negative items and build it with positive items. So as far as building that score, 35% is made up of your payment history, right? So on-time payments is really important, because let me tell you, you can have perfect payment history and you miss one payment, it can drop your score by 50 points. And sometimes more than that. That's huge. I've had that happen to me, actually. You've made these on-time payments for years and years and years, and one late payment can do that. 30% of your score is calculated by utilization. So how much are you using on those credit cards? You want to keep that under 30%, but ideally, excellent usage would be 5 to 10%. Okay. Length of credit, that's responsible for 15% of your score. That's the length that you've had those credit lines open. And oftentimes, sometimes people will take a credit card, they maximize it and they close it. You don't want to do that. That's not maximizing that credit line. You want to keep it open and pay it down, because the utilization as well as the length of credit is 45% of your score. And then you add in payment history, that's 80% just right there of your score, right? Credit inquiries are 10%. So you want to be able to keep those at a minimum. And that's really for banks to kind of foster and build trust with you, right? So that they can see how much credit lines they can give you and how much they can trust you with it too. So let's just be honest. If Sam, Pally, Tom, and Larry, right, were going out with a different person every day of the week, are we really going to trust them? Or are we going to be a little bit more cautious, right? And the same is true even with employers. If they have seen that you've been inconsistently consistent about staying at jobs for short periods of time, are they going to really trust you? Well, that's how the banks are looking at you with those inquiries on your credit report too. And then finally, the last 10% is the types of credits you have. Do you have a good variety, like installment loans? Do you also have revolving lines of credit? So your revolving is going to be your credit cards. The installment's going to be like your car loans, things that have an end term date, like a student loan, things of that nature, right? All right. So like I said on the previous slide, credit is super simple. We're going to remove all the negative items and help you deal with positive items. This is really how you maximize your score. There's only one way to remove negative items in America, and you have to be mindful that the reporting agencies are not government entities. They are for-profit organizations that get paid to report your information. And let me tell you, they used to do some very malicious things with people's information. So Congress passed a bill which was called the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And there are different sections within this act that allows a consumer to dispute the negative items on their report. So it doesn't matter what it is. It can be bankruptcies, tax liens, repossessions, student loans, any of those, they can be disputed, because the letter that are sent is basically saying that you cannot intrude into people's personal lives, right? So type in the chat box, guys, and let's talk about being vulnerable and open if you've ever had a negative item on your report. I know I've had a late payment, right? I just told you that earlier. I've had a medical bill on my report before. I've had student loans. I've had charged off as well. And there's only one way to get them removed. And that's the processing of these dispute letters from our credit attorneys. They'll prepare that for you. It usually comes around to your email in 2 to 3 days. It's sent off. You then print it off, sign it, and send it off with a copy of your driver's license and your social security card, because we want those identification forms coming from the consumer. And by law, they have 30 to 45 days to respond and come up with a resolution. And in most cases, they come off on the first round. Now, here's the difference. We don't dispute one item at a time like a lot of these other agencies do, and some of our competitors. We dispute every single item all at once in one round. And sometimes this can take up to 3 rounds of disputes. Now, we're so confident in ourselves and in our service that we have a satisfaction money back guarantee, and that's huge. Now on this slide, this is a couple of our testimonials. We have a Facebook group of our testimonials. You can please go look for it and sign up and join that Facebook group. It's called Lift Off Credit. That's the name of the group, and it's updated daily with testimonials for some of our clients there. But let me just go through a couple of these that we've pulled. Is Sharonda Parker. Sharonda Parker came with us with a 450 credit score. She had a whole bankruptcy on her report. She sent in 1 round of letters, 1 round. And not only did the bankruptcy come off, but 6 other negative items came off of her report. So she went from a 450 to a 627 on her credit report. Miss Anna here in the middle, she had some medical collections that were on her report, 1 round on dispute letters, and all six of those medical accounts came off of her report. 1 round of dispute letters again. So this next story on the right is actually it's a very touching story. There was it really speaks to my heart, because she was a single mother, or independent mom. So that's what I'm saying, an independent mom. But she had 3 children, and she was living in a small apartment, and she had been renting for years, generations of renting, meaning her family rented, her family before that rented, everyone rented. And she came to us with a 450 credit score, and 4.5 months later, so of course this is rounds of disputes, we got our score up to 760. So she was able to go buy that home for her children that she always wanted, and now she's a homeowner, which is huge. So it's like one thing to do this business, right? But it's also another thing to be able to make a lasting impact into someone's life. And that's priceless in itself. And just in case you were wondering, those that have their names listed here, we had permission to share their stories. And like the mother on the right, we didn't include her name, but we were able to share a story. But again, on our testimonial page, you'll see a lot of these stories on that Facebook group. So please go join it and request to be a part of that group. So again, credit is super simple. If you don't understand that, you understand it now, because I'm saying it over and over again. It's super simple. Understanding that we do credit restoration, and that is simple. Removing the negative items. Our attorneys are going to process those legal documents on your behalf to wipe out all the derogatories, and now we need to build it with positive trade lines. So our company also offers a secured credit card. It's basically like a prepaid credit card, and just like a credit card, you only want to use 30% of that utilization limit, okay? And you want to make those payments on time, as always. That's going to maximize your score. We also have a Credit My Rent program. That is huge, right? Like, rent is the biggest bill that we have, right? It's one of the biggest bills. I feel like our car payments are large too, but it's the largest bill that we have. And so if you're renting, you don't get any credit for it, and you're still paying that on time, right? Every month, year after year, you're paying it on time. So now we've come up with a solution for that. It's called Credit My Rent. And you can basically use up to 2 years of of rental payment history, let me correct that, and use that towards building your credit score. So that's huge. We've seen people's credit score increase from 50s up to 100 points just using this service. So UCES is committed to helping individuals build, organize, and protect their financial future. And remember what I said earlier, we have a money-back satisfaction guarantee. So if a member is with us for at least 4 months and is not satisfied, they can get their money back no matter what. So we talked about the credit restoration part. We talked about Credit My Rent. We talked about a secured credit card, but we also have a whole list of other member services that a client gets with their membership. So not only are we going to go off the negative items and remove those negative items and help you build great credit, we're also going to give you access to credit monitoring. So you can see real life updates on what's happening on your credit report and on your credit score. We'll also give you identity monitoring, and we've partnered with Allstate to give you $1 million worth of fraud coverage. And fraud happens every 3 seconds in the United States, y'all. Every 3 seconds. So you'll get that coverage. The financial lockbox. This is something near and dear to my heart because I actually had this idea 10 years ago. I was sitting on a plane. I was thinking to myself, if I died on this plane, like no one would know where any of my accounts were, how to get into it, what they were. You know, at that time, I didn't have any dependents. And so UCES has found a solve for this by offering the financial lockbox. The financial lockbox basically is where you can store all your important financial information, and in case of emergency, it will send it to a designated person, right? So that's huge. Which leads me to will and trust creation. So you'll also, with the membership comes with will and trust creation, and you know that can cost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, which is amazing. I mean, how many times does someone have to pass away, right? And no one knows where the money goes, where material goes, where assets goes, where anything goes, right? And during a time, during a time when people really should be unified as a family, it has caused strife and dissension and tension in the family. And so, like, even just that alone is worth the membership price, in my opinion, right? I mean, because we are in 2022, we should have wills. So that will help alleviate the stress of that. And then we can really just honor our ancestor wishes and just still be unified as a family in those moments. We also have something called YFL Family Mint, which means youth financial literacy. And if you guys know me, I love the youth, I love children. And so this is about teaching your children about financial literacy. So there's activities, there are videos that you can watch with your children on there as well. So that's part of it. It's all in the system. It's actually I started looking through it to share it with my son, with Franklin. We have a travel club where you can get discounts on airfare and hotels. So, I mean, that's just, and there's other products I'm not going to go into right now, but that's just like a summation of some of the great products that we have. There's just so much value in what we have going on, like this travel club. I know I just mentioned that to you guys about the discount on hotels and airfare. It's all located in a convenient app, and you can download these services in the app. There's also cutting edge technology, so it's very user friendly. We do also have a roadmap where it tells you when to start using our services, at what time, during what months, to help you on that becoming debt free and financially free. Now, we're also here for you to help you along this path, but it's in the app. And listen, this is, all of you guys know my philanthropic heart, right? And so this is really this is really a huge, huge thing. We've donated over $1 million so far in youth financial literacy scholarships for 5th through 9th graders. Last year, which is not on here, 2021, we were able to give away $600,000. That is huge, right? And this year we're hoping to double it. So $2 of every monthly membership goes to these scholarship fund, and it just helps the young children for their future, right? Changing the future generations, because they are the future. And we talked about earlier, we weren't taught this in school, right? We were taught geometry, algebra. We were taught English, which is important, I guess, and I guess geometry is very important, and all of those come in handy, right? Like as an adult, and I'm being sarcastic, but financial literacy is like the foundation of really how we live our life and how we manage our life. And so, so this is important to teach at a young age. So if they're not getting it at school, at least they can get it at home. All right. So I bet you're wondering, and I'm going to get to that in just a second. You can get all of those services that I went over. We also have a budgeting app, which I didn't mention, which is huge because budgeting is a huge thing. It's an exercise and a skill that we have to practice in order to also become financially free. But we get the credit monitoring, the identity monitoring, the credit restoration, the access to create will and trust, and it's will and trust creation. We also have Rocket Lawyer Objects, other legal documents that you have access to. You have the YFL Family Mint, the financial lockbox, so on and so forth, for $89 a month. It's $89 for month 1 through 3. So it's the first 3 months is $89. There's no contract. You can cancel anytime. We do recommend you stay for at least 3 rounds of disputes, which can be about 3 to 6 months, depends on, the timing of when you send your letters out. But that's honestly to maximize that credit restoration piece and to maximize your investment. From month 4 to 12, it's $69. That $69 is it's just for the credit monitoring, the identity monitoring, the will and trust, the savings as well. That's a great price for that. I know a lot of identity monitoring, just the identity monitoring alone is like $20 to $30 a month. So that's a great price. But a lot of people stay on even after that. So after a year, 13 months and onward, people stay on, and that cost is $50 a month. Now, and the reason is because sometimes a new inquiry may come up, we'll send a letter out, right? And God forbid there's another late payment, there's another negative item that comes up. Hopefully through this process, we've been able to get better, but it happens, it happens, life happens. And so in the event that happens, it's a quick, letter to get sent to get that removed off the report, so that we're not having to start all over again. So, that's pretty much it, y'all. $89 a month for month 1 through 3, $69 a month, months 4 to 12, $49 thereafter. There's a one-time activation fee of $99. So to start today, it's $188 total. That's your one-time activation fee, as well as the first month of service. And we'll get started. We'll get the attorneys going on working on your behalf and get that credit score up as soon as possible. And then one last thing, some people might say that they can't squeeze that amount into their budget, which is totally fine. I understand we have movements and seasons and things are different, but we're honestly here to help people. We want to help people find ways to reach their goal. Remember, there is only 112 people with a credit score of 700 and more. So we know that there's other people that can use our service. So if you just refer 5 people over to the platform that can use our service, then you'll get your protection plan for free. All right, so that's my time. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, hearing this and staying with me and supporting me on this journey. Let's keep building, y'all. Let's keep building. Let's work smarter, not harder. And I'm going to now introduce to you my vice president, and he's going to talk to you about how you can become a partner with us. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Phenomenal job, Lillian. Guys, type a 1 in the chat if you got any value from Miss Lillian. Phenomenal presentation. She did such an awesome job. Before she left me the easy portion. Basically, all I get to do is talk about the money. Before I go into the money, I want to bring on another young lady that sees tremendous results with our platform as a client and as a business partner. Phenomenal young lady. She's 26. Came in the platform trailblazing. She's what you call a regional sales director. Her business is doing well over 25,000 every 30 days. Miss Kyra Jordan, did you make it on the line okay? Okay, your video is up. Your microphone is muted.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Lillian, that was amazing. Oh my God. She's just coming in and she's already changing so many lives. I mean, just seeing someone that's so passionate, about helping other people, it's just amazing. It's really amazing to see that. So I definitely want to give you a little bit of background on who I am. As Darryl said, I'm an RSD in this amazing platform. I didn't know anything about what Miss Lillian just discussed, right? I was what you called, financially illiterate. I didn't learn it in school and I didn't learn it at home, so I'm a young mother and, that just left me in such a terrible place. And I was tired of being in that place, guys. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but I just want to let you know, like, my background, I was struggling and I was only about 19 and I was trying to get approved for a car. I was sitting in the dealership, all day trying to get a vehicle, only to sit there and he come back and tell me that you can't get this car because you need a cosigner, right? That just leaves you feeling just humiliated, to say the least. So that was me just living life at the bottom, but I always knew that God had more for me, right? So that's when I started working on my credit a little bit myself. I couldn't get the results that I needed. Years down the line, I ended up coming across this opportunity on Instagram, but not the opportunity to do business, really to fix my credit. I didn't know anything about the business, right? I talked to Darryl and he told me, not only can I get my credit fixed, because that's what I was looking to do. But when he introduced this opportunity and I heard the passion behind his voice, and I knew that he had a vision to change so many lives, that's what I wanted to do anyway, right? I said, when I fix my credit, I want to be able to help other people, help other moms, be in a better situation, let them know they don't have to stay there. So that was my dream and my passion already. So when I heard this, and he told me, you could partner up and become a part of our platform and start killing this game and get your credit fixed as well. It was a no-brainer for me. Soon as I did that, I made that decision to come into this business. Not only did it change my whole entire life, my financial situation, but guess what? I was able to go back and go to the car dealership, go get a car that I wanted, no cosigner, little to no money down. My credit score increased. My credit score was in the low fives. It went well over like 700. So, these are the things that this opportunity is doing for people like me, right? Changing our lives completely. And now we're able to experience, the financial freedom that Lillian was just talking about, and that my business partner, Darryl, is definitely going to go over for you guys. So I pray that you take heed to this and that you feel our energy, you feel our passion, and you just jump in, guys. That's my time, and I'll see you guys all at the top.
Wow. That was definitely amazing. It's touching every time I hear that story, even still to this day. You guys, type a WW in the chat, and that's going to be for wealthy women. Lillian and Miss Kira, they're definitely both super wealthy women, not only just financially, but in spirit and in mind. Have hearts of gold, love helping people. They're both doing phenomenal things. Miss Lillian came on board in a short period of time, and she's already been a complete trailblazer with our platform. So it's just a blessing to be in the atmosphere of such phenomenal women. I'm super excited for everything they're about to do this year. And, I'm very appreciative of that. So a little bit about myself before joining this platform, just so we're not unfamiliar with each other, guys. I was too one of those 112 million Americans, right? I came in this business I was financially literate as well. As we heard many times on the call, we're not taught these sort of things in school. And long story short, I was just a nightclub promoter, all right, on Las Vegas Boulevard. I did this close to 5 years. We used to do like club tours, take people out to multiple spots, drink specials, VIP entrance, things of that nature. And it was fun. I met people from around the world. I made decent income, but all of that came crashing down in 2020 because what happened? The pandemic hit. So I was one of those people who were negatively impacted due to COVID, right? Lost my job, the strip shut down, nightclub shut down. So what that meant was it shut my money down, right? I was maxing out credit cards, collections in my credit report. I was in a rough spot. I actually had to downsize, move back to Arkansas, where I'm originally from. And I just really didn't know what I was going to do at this point. And luckily enough, I came across this phenomenal platform from a post on Facebook, on social media, randomly enough, on how I could potentially get my credit score increased for free and earn additional income. Long story short, guys, within 4 months, my credit went from 505 to 742. Within 10 months, I became a vice president with this platform. That's a 6-figure title. So as I mentioned, I'm truly thankful and appreciative of this platform every single day. And the reason that is really, priceless to me is because not only I make decent good income, but it's just the time freedom that I get back. You see, when I worked on Las Vegas Boulevard, I made close to 6 figures in 2019 as well, but I was time broke. I feel like my whole life is dedicated towards building generational wealth for my daughters. That's why I do everything I do is for my daughters, so I can pass down a legacy for them, and when I worked on the strip, I made decent income, but I was missing out on so many memories and experience. And we know how kids spell love. It's Time, right? So it's a blessing to be in this platform just simply because everything we do is from our phone. I'm able to travel with my kids now. I'm able to spend more time with them and make money at the same time simply for helping people, so that's priceless to me, and many people are joining our platform, reason being, because it's just so convenient, right? With everything that's going on in the world today, it's a blessing to be able to just make your own hours. Everyone's looking for a gig economy, a part-time gig that you can earn extra revenue, full-time, part-time basis. You make your own hours, work from absolutely anywhere in the world. You choose your own hours. You got all the tools you need to be successful simply for helping people, right? And it's a blessing to be a part of the platform as well, just being surrounded around such like-minded, positive individuals. In my last job, it was a rough work environment, such as, the boss, I wasn't too fond of just his managerial skills. The workplace, people had messiness and gossip, different things of that nature. So this is just a spirited group of individuals that want to pour into you and love you and help you. People are going to help you in this business, even if it doesn't necessarily benefit them. And that's just a blessing to myself as well. So what's really game changing about this platform more than anything else, I'm not familiar with every single person on this call. I know we all come from different demographics and personalities and careers and different things of that nature, but I feel like it's one thing that I know for sure is going to connect everyone on this call, and that's that we all just want to be free, right? Type freedom in the chat if you want to be free, guys. Name of our movement is the Infinite Freedom Movement. It's all about, helping families build generational wealth, becoming debt free, becoming financially free. So we live in America, right? It's a capitalistic society. How do you become free in America? You got to become financially free. Guys, there's only 2 ways to make finances in this world. You're either going to trade your time for money working for someone else's business, or you can have means to residual income and having your own business. See, me, myself, personally, I've never seen anyone get the type of financial freedom that I want, that I feel like I deserve, that I'm chasing after, from trading their time for money. Everyone, person, rich millionaire, multi-billionaire that I know, they do it from a means of residual income. See, one of my mentors always tells me, if you don't find a way to make money while you're sleeping, you pretty much got to work until you die. And, I've never seen a platform, a vehicle like this particular platform in route of financial freedom. So Ms. Lillian did such a phenomenal job of breaking down those phenomenal services, right? Those services are literally worth thousands of dollars with all the value that you're going to get. It's 112 million people that just need the credit restoration piece, not to mention all the other services, I'm pretty sure every single family in America could benefit from our protection plan. So, right. So we show you how to go out and earn just from simply referring people over to the platform, and the company is going to do all the work. So you basically have your own credit restoration franchise business in a box, and the company is going to outsource all the work for you. All right. So every customer that you refer to the platform, the company does the work. They pay $188. You earn $100 per person up front, commission wise. And we get paid every single Thursday. Guys, that's up front. You also earn $12 residually on the back end. So write this down, guys. If you go out there and you're ambitious, it's tax season, many people need help out of those 112 million Americans. Let's say you go out and you get signed up 100 customers, right? Guys, that's $10,000 up front. Also $1,200 residually on a monthly basis. Now you're making money while you're sleeping. It's also many Americans that we know, 80% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. They're desperately looking for ways to earn additional income for themselves and their families. That a lot of people are struggling financially due to COVID, just like myself. You may know someone that may have lost their job or took a hit financially due to COVID. See, this platform allows us the ability to empower our people and empower our communities, all right? So every time we refer a partner over that wants to earn additional income for themselves and family, you can earn anywhere between $100 and $560. Guys, Miss Kyra Jordan, it took her a few months to hit regional sales director, right? Just hypothetically speaking. Every time she shows a person this platform and they choose to get started, it makes sense to them. They want to make money and they want to earn additional income. She makes $430. Plus she made override residuals of everything that's going on in our organization. It took me 10 months to hit vice president, guys. That's $500 per business partner, right? It gets better than that. The residual income keeps compounding as you just keep helping people, right? We have what you call a monthly infinity bonus. See, when I worked on Las Vegas Boulevard, every Christmas party, they used to give us like a $50 gift card, and I thought that was phenomenal. It's free money. I'm used to trading my time for money. I'm not used to just getting free money, right? So with this platform as you start building and helping people at the sales director title, the company doesn't wait to Christmas to give you a $50 gift card. They give it to you every 30 days, right? That's extra food, gas, or whatever, what have you. At the vice president title for the monthly infinity bonus, the company literally gives me a 1.5% bonus check of 100,000, guys. That's $1,500 simply for sustaining the title of vice president. If nothing else happens, all right? That's not including the customers I'm bringing in, the customers that's paying on a residual basis, the new business partners that's joining, the override residuals off the organization. That $1,500 is coming in automatically if I don't do anything else. And when I heard that, I was ready to get signed up. Guys, it goes all the way down to the pinnacle senior vice president level. You can literally earn $300,000 monthly. This is just one way that we get paid. It gets even better than that, guys. As you're simply starting helping out those 112 million Americans that desperately need this help, right? Those 80% of Americans that, living paycheck to paycheck, you can earn different bonuses, leather jackets, luggages, expensive watches. Guys, you get level 1 of the R&R club, the company's going to pay you a $600 monthly car allowance, right? Levels 2 and 3, you get a $10,000 cash bonus, $1,500 car allowance upgrade. Level 4, you get a $25,000 cash bonus. And when I first heard about this platform, to be honest, I've seen different things like this before, different opportunities. And I thought that sounds great, but it may take you 30 years. You probably got to sign up 1 million people, right? But I was mistaken. Because my first 10 months in business, guys, not only did I go vice president, I also hit level 1 of the R&R club. The company literally pays me a $600 bonus check on a new Mercedes, all right? Mind you, good credit, my car note is under $300 a month. The insurance is $150. Where the money that's left over goes? In my banking account. We're trying to get a step closer to financial freedom, guys. Level 5, you get a $50,000 cash bonus plus an automobile upgrade. Type your dream car in the chat. What's you guys' dreams cars? Range Rover, what is it? G-Wagon, Lamborghini, Rolls Royce, Tesla. Mine is a Tesla Roadster. I plan on getting that next summer, paid for by the company. Level 5, you get a $5,000 monthly house payment allowance. So let's take a step back again, because we're all in agreement. We're searching for financial freedom, right? But what's stopping people from becoming financially free? Lillian just told you we're drowning in debt. Guys, what does debt look like? Debt comes in the form of bills. Well, what's the two biggest bills most people have? Most people are going to say it's their car note and their house note, right? Well, if the company is paying for your dream car, they're paying, I don't know about you guys here in Arkansas, $5,000 monthly house payment. I can go buy 3 mortgages, go build the castle. I would say you're a step closer to financial freedom, simply for helping people that need the services that we have. Level 7 through 10, guys, you can earn anywhere between $25,000 and $250,000 on a monthly retirement bonus. And when I seen this, at first, I lost my job due to COVID. I seen how I could possibly come into this platform and just work it part-time until I could figure something else out. But when I really took a look at this thing and analyzed what it was, I really realized, like, hey, I got to really take this thing a look for a career, considering the fact, guys, I don't have any college degrees, anything of that nature, right? I've seen people work jobs 30, 40 years of their life, multiple jobs, and they never get the financial freedom that I'm searching for. So even if it took me 30 years, 20, 30 years to get all of these luxuries, I figured that would be worth it, right? It'll be worth it, considering the fact most people I know that work 20, 30 years, they're still not financially free. I love my mom to death. Hardest working woman I've ever met in my life. Bless her soul. I just gave her some money yesterday on her mortgage, right? So I told the gentleman, man, I just need to know, was this real? Because if everything you telling me is real, I could see myself committing myself for the next 30 years to earn this. Guys, after I joined the platform, my mind was blown. It's not taking people 30 years to accomplish all of these luxuries and becoming financially free. This young gentleman here, you Google him, goes by the name of Alfred Nixon. He done it in 5 years, all right? He's only 29 years old, living financially free. He's making over $300,000 a month with $0 in debt. So the mansion we're speaking about, he has it paid for by the company, built from the ground up in Beverly Hills. His dream car was a Rolls Royce. His wife, she also has the car allowance. Hers was a Range Rover, guys. He's 29 years old, simply for helping empower his people, because there's so many people that need this help. When I first heard Alfred's story, I thought he probably came from a family of a lot of influence and money, different things of that nature. I don't know if you guys are familiar with government housing. Where I come from, we call that the projects. Alfred was literally living in the projects in a 2-bedroom, 8 people in it, picking up trash outside the road. Guys, he retired his parents last year, simply because there's so many people that need the help that we have. You may have seen, and it's a complete turnkey business. You have everything you need to be successful. Let's take financial freedom into consideration. We're all in agreement. That's what we're searching for. We're also in agreement that you have to have some form of residual income or business to become financially free. Well, when I start really breaking down exactly what is a business, it's basically just a company that offers a product or service. When I broke that down even more, I realized, what other product or service could I offer that's better than credit? And what other platform is better than this one that's going to give you a complete turnkey business in a box to have your own credit restoration franchise business? You got your own business back office, same one Alfred has, all right? You got all the marketing materials that you need. You have customer support and agent support that works for you on your behalf, all right? You get commissions paid every single week. All the trainings, guys. We're on a training right now, as Ms. Lillian mentioned. It's going to be like 4 hours with all 6- and 7-figure earners. Not only that, but you get tax advantages. Guys, go off and try to make 6 figures from as a W-2 employee. How much money you're really going to walk away with after taxes? 70, maybe 80,000. With an at-home business, you get to write off, so much that you can walk away with the whole thing, and not only do you get all of those phenomenal services as well that Ms. Lillian did such a phenomenal job going over, you also get upwards of $100,000 in life insurance simply for helping the people. We got cutting edge technology, where you basically have a whole business on your phone. These are some of our top leaders very well known, nationally respected, simply for helping people. Miss Nicola Smith Jackson, she's a phenomenal lady. She's actually a minister. And a lot of women don't realize, you know, she has a podcast where she pours daily motivation and inspiration into young women. You know, 82% of women in America that make over $100,000 a year, they do it from an at-home business, you know. So I typically like to tell women, even if you don't partner with our particular platform, you may want to take a look at something similar to this just to have, you know, the odds in your favor for financial freedom. This is Ashton Henry. He's on the Steve Harvey. You guys probably seen him on there. He's on there all the time speaking about credit, answering questions for the audience. Guys, he's not fixing anyone's credit. He's simply referring people over to United Credit Education Services. You get a chance to have the same business back office that Ashton has, and he's literally made millions of dollars from, all right? This is actually me hanging out with Ashton and Alfred, serving individuals. Man, these guys they'll literally give you the shirt off of their back, you know. And one of the reasons that we're coming in so strong, you know, myself and Miss Kyra and Lillian doing such phenomenal things, we literally get multi-million-dollar training on a consistent basis. So when you join this platform, you're not in business, you know, you're not only in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. You know, you got all the support team to help you become successful as possible. So not only do you get all of those life-changing services, right, which are normally only $188 to get started, you get the same website, business back office that these two gentlemen have, you know, with unlimited income potential, just a one-time fee of $299. That gives you a whole business in a box. All right. It's normally $89 a month moving forward because the company wants you to, you know, be a product of the product. But remember those 112 million Americans that desperately need the services that we have, the 80% of Americans that are living paycheck to paycheck, they're dying to earn additional income. We're going to help you go out and get 5 people, right? Not only are you going to make $500, you make your money back plus profit, but now you have a debt-free business on your hands. Everything after that is profit, all right? So I've opened up many businesses before they failed. It normally costs thousands of dollars to get started, hundreds, if not $1,000 a month. This is $299, guys. Unlimited income potential. Mr. Ashton Henry took $299 to the Steve Harvey show, right? Alfred took $299 from government housing to a mansion in Beverly Hills. So you definitely want to ask yourself, you know, are you ready to go? We're going to shoot you over the link. We're going to get your website activated, get you onboarded. You definitely pour into you, lock arms with you, help make 2022 the best financial year of your life. Or you B, you know, you enjoy it, but just have a few questions. We're definitely going to get all of those questions answered for you. Or you C, you're just like to enjoy the services at this time. But I always like to end off with the fact, guys, that, you know, the secret of getting ahead in life is getting started, you know, because the next 2, 5, 10, 20 years is going to go by. And if we do what we always done, we'll get what we always got. So that's my time. Hopefully you guys got value from my presentation. Definitely get back with the person that invited you. Ms. Lily, I'm gonna pass it back over to you. Hey, we can't hear you, Lillian. We still can't hear you.
I'm triple check. My security is locked down on Zoom. You can hear me now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you guys for joining on. I know we lost a couple of people. That's okay. I'm following up with them. Darryl, thank you for doing such a great job on explaining the agent process and partnering with the company as well. I can't say anything more positive about the company. You've heard from Ms. Kyra Jordan. I know Ms. Joy Reed is on as well. She's my upline. She's amazing. And the people that I've come in contact with in the business have all been great, encouraging, positive, uplifting, optimistic, just amazing, amazing family as well. So it's been great to partner with this company. So that's all we have. Thank you for your time. I'll follow up with each of you individually. You can send me a note, send me an email, let me know what you thought, a Facebook message or a text message about this. I appreciate you so much, and go have an amazing, amazing Saturday.